Season 1, Episode 7 of The Orange Juice, the podcast all about orange. It's people, it's events, it's stories. And today I'm absolutely stoked to have from BiteRiot Orchards, Fiona Hall.
Hi, Carl.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Good to be here.
You and your husband Bernard have BiteRiot Orchards, which are nestled into the foothills of Mt Canobolas. You grow cherries, you grow apples, and you also have the amazing live music and wedding venue, Canobolas Dance Hall.
Sure do. Keeps us busy.
You're busy people, aren't you?
Definitely are.
Before we dive too much into that, we'll do the McGrath Minute, which is our weekly take on all things local. So for you, is it coffee or wine?
Definitely wine.
Definitely wine. Good choice. And have you got a favourite?
I love the Jules for my sparkling, the Jules of Mortimer's. I love the Riesling from Macquarie, and for a Sav, I'll go for Angelon.
Love all of those ones. We're so spoilt for choice in Orange, aren't we?
We are very spoiled.
And locally, what's your favourite eatery at the moment?
I'll have to go with my local, just down the road, is Fiorini.
Oh, wow. And aren't they just going from strength to strength again?
Yes, yeah, new ownership and new chef in there. So
Sim Hawke cooking at Fiorini's now. How incredible to have her around the corner.
it's just great and it's so cute and it's just a mile down the road, so that's my favourite.
And spoiler alert, I've got her mum, Fem, coming on the podcast next week.
Oh, she'll be
There you go.
fantastic.
Little plug there. Now, as a local, and you've been a local for a long time now, what's your favourite thing to do as a local? Take your tourist hat off and what do you do?
My favourite thing, don't get to do it enough, is jump on my horse, head up Mt Canobolas. I then love going through all the paddocks. So it's orchardists don't have many fences, and I can end up at Nashdale. I can come over down through the lake, up through the Canobolas, and end up at the back of Wallace Lane and not hit a bitumen road.
Wow.
Just love it. Just exploring
So
all
horse
the
riding through fire trails and through the state forest?
trials and through orchards.
Oh, wow, Fee, that's possibly the best answer we've had on that one yet.
I love it. And on the way, I pass a couple of cellar doors. I'll pass 2 cafes, and it's just I could do it every week if I had the time.
And I'm not sure you can be breathalyzed on a horse.
I think
Better
you
check
can.
that.
No,
Can
you
you?
can. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, New South Wales boys. Maybe you can. As far as memories of Orange, you do a lot of travel for your work. You're travelling internationally a lot even.
Yeah.
What brings you back? When you think of Orange, what's a really favourite memory that just keeps coming up?
Oh, my favourite time would have been my 40th bash, I think, at our dance hall.
Just last year?
Yeah, just a couple of years ago. Oh, I loved it.
And that was before Canobolas Dance Hall was a venue. That was when
Yeah.
you and Bern basically used it as a private party venue.
Yeah, it was just basically a shed, had nothing around it, just a dam. So it was a fun night though.
And then the concept was born.
Then it was born out of that, yeah.
And here we go. And what about a local hero, Fee?
I'll have to go with my father-in-law,
Okay.
Freddie Hall.
Freddie Hall.
He was an electrician at Bonnie Rig in Sydney, and when in 1972 he brought his 6 little kids over the hill, all under 10, all under 12, and was coming up to buy a farm. Didn't know what sort of farm. Brought all the ponies, the horses, the trucks, came up, gave up the electrical work, wanted to get out of the rat race of Sydney, and found an orchard, had no idea about being an orchardist, and all the local orchards, particularly his neighbour David Hawke, helped him get established, and then the business grew from there, and so he leaves an awesome legacy in the horticultural ward in Orange.
Yeah, wow. So no experience in agriculture before, just on a wing and a prayer,
Yep.
take that tree change, pack all the kids
Yep.
and come and start a new life.
Packed the kids, packed the ponies, took them around New South Wales, Australia, playing Polocrosse, started learning to be an apple grower. So, yeah, I think that's a pretty amazing feat, right?
Wow. And now your boys are taking on, that third generation
Correct.
of apple farmer in Orange.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, it's an interesting story.
Oh, it's fantastic. Great answer. And our last question for the McGrath Minute is what book you're reading at the moment, Fee?
Factfulness by Hans Rosling.
Hans Rosling.
yeah.
Okay. Enlighten me. I haven't even heard of him.
Look, it's a book about, all things in the world aren't that bad. We're going pretty well on this earth. There's all these doom and dark stories.
The sky's not falling.
No, we're actually going pretty well. So it's an inspiring book.
Apparently we're living at the most peaceful time in history. And if you looked at the news media and social media, you could be forgiven for thinking we're not. So maybe we just have too much information these days.
Yeah, and I think it's keeping that positive spin. Things aren't that bad.
That's a great book. I'll put that on the list.
Do that.
All right. Well, thank you for that. Now let's dive into a little bit more about you, Fiona Hall. the person. Let's start with your maiden name and where you grew up and how you came to Orange.
Okay. Fiona Jackson was my maiden name. I born and bred in a little town called Braidwood. Only 1,000 people then between Bateman's Bay and Canberra.
South Coast.
It's on the top of the mountain, so it's not really the south coast.
Okay, but accessible to the coast.
Yeah, 3/4 an hour. It's a great position. 3/4 an hour to the Bateman's Bay. It was 2 hours to the Snow and 3 to Sydney, 1 to Canberra, 1 to Goulburn.
So you grew up skiing?
No, my parents. It depends what your parents did, right? And they went skiing. So Dad, we had cattle farm there, cattle farmers, and from there I went to Orange Ag College, played Polocrosse, and met Bernard, and then got married and moved to Orange.
Right. So did you meet Bernard at Orange Ag?
No, he wasn't an Orange Ag. I met him playing Polocrosse.
Oh, fantastic.
He was a very good Polocrosse. He was the A grader, I was in the D grader, and somewhere we crossed lines.
Polocrosse, what now? That is your Aussie. That's your Aussie version of polo. It's a little more down to earth. There's a few more beers than champagnes, right?
Well, yeah, they say the difference is what you drink and drive. So if you play Polocrosse, you drink rum and drive a ute. And if you play polo, you're on your champagne and you have a Volvo.
In a Land Rover Sport.
So
what a great game. Yeah. Well, Orange Ag, has been a fabric of this community for a long, long time. Obviously, it's morphed into Sydney Uni and then Charles Sturt University. But, that agricultural background that we have here sort of ties into what you guys do every day, I suppose. And
it's a shame that college is gone now. It's all dentistry out there. But, a lot of people had a great years out there and have lots of memories and made friendships. So it's a shame we don't have Orange Ag anymore.
Anyway, look, it's getting kids into agriculture these days is a little harder than it used to be.
Yeah.
I think, we were talking earlier about how it would be a good career path for kids who want to stay in Orange because there's plenty of scope to work in agriculture.
Yeah, and not even in Orange. I mean, there's plenty of opportunities, particularly in the horticultural supply chain, whether it's robotics, data analysis, HR, export, travelling the world. It's not just harvesting fruit and driving a tractor. There's so much opportunities in the supply chain, particularly in horticulture.
Yeah, okay. So getting into that ag space a little more, you guys are one of the biggest ag businesses in town as far as fruit growing. And you also sit on the boards of Apple and Pear Australia and on the cherry growers as well. So you're a busy lady. I know we quite often find you jumping on a plane to go to Hong Kong or Chile or now, tell us what you do when you're jet setting around there.
Well, we're mainly promoting the BiteRiot brand. So many years ago, we created an alliance. Everyone was doing their own fruit growing and packing their own fruit and their own branding and selling. So, we thought let's invest heavily into some really good high technology grading machinery, which we then all the growers now come to us and we pack and market under the brand BiteRiot and we export that to Southeast Asia mainly. And then we do the cherry juice, which is the value add out of any waste product. So, and it's been quite a good and it's been quite successful because we get scale, we've got branding, we've got third generation growers that supply us, many from the Italian background after World War II. And they're passionate about growing, they don't want to be having to travel around and doing their selling. They just want to supply the best produce they can to the pack house. So Orange has got amazing soils, amazing elevation. There's only probably a few pockets you can grow really high coloured, awesome fruit. Orange used to be the main growing area in New South Wales, Orange and Batlow. As land became more expensive, growers got out. There used to be 400 growers in Orange. We're down to, you can count them on two hands. So, cheaper land was available in big areas and flatter areas and Shepparton and all that. But they still don't get the crispness, the colour that we can produce with the volcanic soils around our mountains. So, the really good fruitiers will know where to get the best galas and the pink ladies from. And they'll know that'll be Batlow, Orange and parts of Tasmania.
How awesome. I mean, we have definitely seen a change, even in my lifetime. The landscape of Orange has changed where what used to be an apple farm might now be a subdivision or you'll see the original pack house or homestead in a new estate. Oh, that used to be that farm or that used to be that farm. And even the wineries really have largely built off the Apple infrastructure, right? The
Yep.
cool stores and many of the pack houses.
Yeah, a lot of the cellar doors are old pack houses. I think, your Brangain, your Ross Hill, the Phillips Shaw's a little old pack house. Or that stone building there. There's, I can't think of it, but there's quite a few. That's all the old infrastructure of the Apple game. Back in the 70s, it was huge here.
We certainly love fruit. We're Orange, the apple city that now grows grapes and cherries.
Yeah, it's a real fruit basket.
It is, isn't it? Now, Fee, tell us a little bit more about the pack house itself and that incredible technology you've got up there. I've seen it firsthand. I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to horticulture. I've got a degree in that myself, which I don't use anymore, but it fascinates me. You've got a world-class, world's best practice grading machine.
Yeah, so this machine, Australian built by GP Graders, who won Australian Exporter of the Year, actually, because they've got a lot of these machines in Chile and America now. So what happens is the cherries go through and every cherry is individually photographed 10 times and it will measure to 0.1 of a millimetre. It will then grade it based on its colour, how firm it is, any blemishes. And it's using really high technology and into AI now as well. So that machinery is very expensive. The high-definition cameras enables us to supply all different grades or different pack types to many customers, and whether that's export, domestic, or seconds into farmer's pick, for example. So, you need that technology to really get the best out of what is coming over the grader, of all different grades.
Fascinating. I mean, it's just amazing the technology that's involved in ag these days. Ag tech is a hashtag, is a movement, is a thing. I mean, we've even got the GATE out here at Orange, the Global Ag Tech Ecosystem. This is the way of the world now. We have to bring all of that technology, including AI, into world's best practice fruit growing, right?
Yeah, well, we've got to keep going with it too, with the technology. With our high cost of labour, to be competitive, we have to get a lot more efficiencies. So technology is the way we've got to go to try and get our efficiencies, keep our costs down, and be productive and profitable.
We'll touch on the seasons in a minute because it has to be one of the most challenging parts of your job and your life is dealing with the seasons. But in terms of where the BiteRiot fruit goes, cherries and apples, you might have to break it down for us because they're two very different beasts. I know a lot of the cherries go into China. They're very highly regarded there. It's not only a fruit they like to eat, but it carries a lot of luck.
Yeah, and the Asians love giving fruit away as gifts. So and they're very brand orientated. So once they're on your brand, they will follow it and they'll demand it. So China is probably our biggest market, followed by Hong Kong, Vietnam, Indonesia. We do quite a bit into South Korea. And depending where our competitors are is how much we can put into each of those markets.
And how awesome for the people of Orange to sort of find out a little bit about these businesses that are just exporting our product to the world from our doorstep.
Yeah. And I think the other thing that's been really great is the cherry juice that we make, which is anything that doesn't make a box but is still nice fruit. Instead of traditionally going to a landfill or out in the paddock and disease a tractor, we're putting all that into a bottle. We're now doing a blueberry and apple mix as well. We do a cherry and apple mix, and that's going to 7 countries as well. So it's such a healthy product, the cherry juice,
Healthy, and correct me if I'm wrong, I read something recently about some of the high-level endurance athletes are now smashing cherry juice after a race. What's that all about?
It's all about the muscle recovery. It's all the antioxidants in it. And, there's all this research done. So I think it was the Tour de France guy, and they have a shot for that quick muscle recovery, apparently. It's great for gout and rheumatitis and arthritis as well. So, it's a good product.
Sign me up for a crate. So the seasons, Fee. Look, anyone who's in agriculture knows that you're at the mercy of the elements. You've got your business plan, you've got your marketing plan, you've got great staff, you've got it all laid out before you and the season's looking great. And then you've got the rain and the hail and the humidity and the microclimate. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, you've had like 3 bad seasons in a row.
Yeah, I think
You're due for a good one.
definitely due for a good one. Last year was it was a disaster. We had that 5 inches of rain. I don't know if you remember, right at the beginning of December.
I remember. Yeah.
So we were lined up for a cracker. Everything was in line, and then came the 5 inches, and didn't stop for several days. So yeah, it is our biggest challenge. We are growing cherries in a high rainfall area, hence we've all got another income stream, such as our apples, and you've got to. But it is our biggest challenge. So I think going forward, we'll have to be looking at rain covers, and we've got the altitude that we can do rain covers. But it's definitely crop protection to guarantee our supply to our customer base.
So, Fee, the numbers on the page are one thing, and running your business to its plan and accounting for losses and things, that's one side of it. But what about the mental resilience required when you get 2, 3, even 4 seasons in a row that do nothing but financial ruin? How do you get up and keep doing it again, you and the other growers in Orange?
Yeah, look, it's tough, but it's important that Bern and I try and rally up our community. We've got a team of growers around us, a huge team of staff, so we can't be seen to dropping the ball. So we've got to rally them up, bring them along, keep their spirits up, because if you've had one of our growers had 3 years running with a wipeout with hail. So it's really important that we're in the forefront, keeping the spirits up, as tough as that may be, even for ourselves.
So you're sort of digging deep and in a leadership role there, just not only for you and your family, but for all the growers that are in this with you.
Yeah, you got to push through and take them with you. And we've always got next year. We always say that there was next year. There'll be a better year next year.
And let's hope so. Let's hope this year is where you're through bloom and everything now, so season's shaping up pretty well.
Yeah.
And your Christmas is just nuts, isn't it?
There is no Christmas.
The whole family Christmas is right in the middle of cherry season. Tell all of us who are going to be sitting on the beach or leisurely opening our presents, what do the halls do? You just find an hour and then throw presents at each other and then get back to the shed?
Yeah, look, we'll take Christmas morning off. Kids will open their presents. They're luckily getting a bit to the other end of Santa Claus and everything. So a couple of hours off Christmas Day and then we're back into it. But, we'll take that time out after cherries and before apples, have a week off somewhere. It is intense though. Everyone wants their Christmas cherries on the table. So, and
of course.
And orange is peaking just before Christmas. It's perfect growing timing in our district here to make that Christmas time. At the moment, we're looking about 9 days behind, which is a bit scary because 9 days in cherry world's a long time. So we're hoping to get some really warm weather that will catch up and get the majority harvested just before Christmas.
And then in the middle of it all, you've got Canobolas Dance Hall, which has now become one of the most incredible live music and wedding venues in Orange, trying to run that one through cherry season as well. So you really, what do they say? If you want something done, give it to a busy person.
That's true. Good team though.
I think that's you.
As long as you've got a good team around you, anything's achievable. Look, the hall's been great thanks to the hand-picked band and all the amazing people that we have. And it's just a great little community spot, and we're enjoying the Canobolas Dance Hall.
Absolutely beautiful. I can't think of anywhere I'd rather strum a guitar.
BiteRiot Orchards is proudly owned by the Hall family, third-generation growers here in Orange. From crisp, juicy apples to the sweetest summer cherries, BiteRiot produce isn't just enjoyed locally. It's exported across the world and featured in leading supermarkets like Harris Farm Markets. It's more than just fruit, it's family innovation and a commitment to showcasing the best growers from the Orange region. BiteRiot, proudly grown in Orange, shared with the world.
Let's move into what's on for the week, Fee, because Orange has always got so much on, but we are really coming into a time of year when there's a lot happening. For starters, it's about to be wine week, so Friday is the night market.
Going to that,
An
definitely.
absolute staple for locals and visitors alike. Do you love the night market?
I love the night market. It's just, you can try all the wines in the one spot.
Something about it, isn't there? It's a great event. It's just...
And hopefully they'll get the beautiful, evening weather, and it's just lovely sitting on the lawn there down at Robinson Park, I assume.
I would imagine, yeah. And if you're not into your food, or even if you are, but you want to take a little classical music bent instead, this Friday, one of Australia's leading pianists, a guy that I'm absolutely in awe of. We had him at the Con a few years ago. One of the absolute best classical pianists in Australia, Simon Tedeschi, is playing out at Newbridge.
Wow.
I love the villages around Orange, right? This is part of what we do, is access those satellite villages. So Newbridge, at the Church of the Blessed Sacrament, Simon Tedeschi, performing Gershwin and more. I think he has a violinist with him as well.
Wow.
Now, this guy is one of the world's best. So if
gonna go?
it's not the night market for you and there's still tickets, I would absolutely make the trip out there to
That's
see
the same
Simon.
night, is it?
Same night.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, right, definitely.
And still on the music vein, Orange Theatre Company are doing Greece this year. They always put on great shows.
do, don't they?
17th to the 25th of October, we've got Greece at the Orange Civic Theatre.
Have to get to that too.
What a movie, what a show. I mean, you'd
Who's
smile
playing
your way
Olivia?
through that one.
Who's playing Olivia?
I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
I'm not across the whole cast, but I
okay.
know OTC always do a great job, and
They
they don't so much promote their people as the collective, because
Yep.
they're an amateur society, but always put on a good show.
Can't wait for that.
Whoever's singing and playing.
Yeah.
This Friday and Saturday at Hillside Harvest, an apple pie workshop starting at 10 a.m. Harvest and bake
Wow.
with apples from their orchard. So
I need to go
Alan
there.
and Paul are doing a great job out there.
Aren't they? I can't cook, so I really should go to that. That's pretty bad to say I can't cook an apple pie, but I'll go out there and learn from Paula how to do it.
You heard it right here, folks. Fee Hall can't cook an apple pie.
I can't.
I don't believe it.
No, it's true.
Keep working on it. You've got plenty of raw materials to work with
Yeah,
anyway,
can.
haven't you? And keeping on the Newbridge theme, they seem to have a whole weekend happening out here, because it's the art show as well, which has been going since 2022 at the Pavilion Showground. So the Newbridge Art Show, another great reason to get out to the
Wow.
to the villages.
It's all
right?
happening at Newbridge. Yeah. I love going around the villages on
Newbridge
weekends.
is so cute. It's a beautiful little town.
Yeah. It's cute.
I remember we did a gig out there years ago. We're talking in the 90s, and we blocked off the entire main street of Newbridge and put on a whole huge
Wow.
stage and bands.
Really?
And it was really one of the most fun gigs of my life, to be honest.
It's a real happening little village, isn't it?
It's great, yeah. The HSC starts this week. So
Yeah, so I've got a
I think
son
you
in
and I
that.
have both got.
Yeah, we both do.
You've got a Billy and I've got a Will.
Yeah.
They're both rat bags.
Yes.
And they're both doing the HSC.
Good luck to all the kids out doing there. I reckon it's a pretty tough time, isn't it? That HSC time.
They think it is, and you know it doesn't have the weight that they put on it at the time. But of course, that's what's happening in their lives, and we wish them all well.
Yeah.
There are some that take it a lot more seriously than others.
Yep.
I know my Will.
Same.
I'm not sure.
Not sure Billy
if he's
takes
really
this
that invested, but he's a very bright boy. But I don't know what he's going to do after the HSC.
Look, as long as they try their best, I think that's the biggest thing, Carl.
That's right. This is a really interesting one. Kinross are putting on tonight, actually. They have a world-leading expert, Professor Leah Waters. She's an expert in positive education, and they're doing a seminar called Foundations of Visible Wellbeing for parents. As I understand it, it's not just Kinross parents that can go.
Yeah.
You seem to be able to register on the website, and that looks really interesting.
It does, doesn't it?
And the whole vibe of it is to keep positivity in education. And how to support your kids through their high school years. So,
good.
what a great thing.
That's great.
to go to as well.
Yeah.
Always so much on in Orange,
So much on. We've got so lucky. We're very lucky with everything here.
aren't we, Justin? And if you had to nail it down, Fee, what is it about Orange? You were drawn here late 90s. You've spent so much time building this beautiful agriculture business, now a live music and wedding business as well. What is it that keeps you and Bern and the kids so passionate about Orange?
I would say the seasons. I love the seasons. They're so distinct and combined with our soils. You can do anything here. So that's what I love about Orange.
Unreal. Thanks so much for your time, Fee. It's been great to have you on the podcast.
Thanks, Kyle. This is great, this podcast. I love the idea, so keep it going.
So for all of you community groups, schools, businesses, and any other organisation that thinks it has a piece of newsworthy news for the Orange Juice, send us an email, news@theorangejuice.com.au. Cheers.